Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of the House of Moody Vintage podcast. This is episode 31, brought to you by the lovely people at there is nobody. God damn it, there's no sponsors. Still looking for sponsors. So if anybody interested in sponsoring this podcast, let me know. I would love to be there to do that for you. I'd holler. I would shamelessly promote your product, even if I don't use it. I'm just kidding. That'll never happen. I'm a genuine guy, and I would only promote products that I use. Okay, so that means no condoms, because I go raw. That's right. That was very sleazy. Apologies. Hope everyone is doing well. It's Tuesday night. We're back on the regular channel, the regular schedule, and finally it happened to me in front of my eyes. Sorry, I was just going through a lot of the 1990s and early 2000s hip hop and pop, and there's so many. I cannot express the golden era of the 90s. Okay, and it's not just music. It's just a culture back in the day, right? Just the zeitgeist, all the elements that contributed to that in the 90s. The 90s will always be my favorite decade. And I'm incredibly fortunate to have lived through it, to grown up in that decade. This is not going to be an episode about pure nostalgia or anything like that. I'm just saying, I was just reflecting on how, there's a lot of things that you see on social media. There's a lot of cool stuff, right? There's thank God, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of creative stuff, when it comes to pop culture and things that are, shared with the current generation, which I think is pretty cool. It's whether it's TikTok or, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, or whatever other platform that's probably on the rise, coming up soon. It really gives a chance to connect with different age groups, and not just Gen Z or whatever, or I forgot what the generation is called after Gen Z. What are y'all called again? I can't. I don't know. Little babies, children, baby children. I don't know. If I have kids, I guess they're Gen Z as well, right? Or no, I'm past that, right? I think I'd be past that. I've had kids. I don't know. I don't have kids. Don't need to worry about the goddamn labeling. Anyways, so just back to the platforms, it's just really good to see that, that the new gen can actually connect and know what the old gen, the old heads, always complaining about how they missed that era. But, you see a lot of those dance challenges, and they're, playing music from the early 2000s or the 90s and things like that, and just bringing them back to life. And it's just really cool to see that. So I know TikTok is owned by the Chinese, and, they gathering all your data. I don't care because I have nothing to hide, so they can look at all my data. But then again, it's just not just about hiding or, just your privacy or anything like that. It's just they can actually take your data and manipulate it. You know what I mean? That's the scary part. That's the part you got to be wary of. Anyways, enough about that. Listen, I had a cool weekend, chill weekend. Did the usual hanging out. My preferred hanging out, which is just going out and getting some drinks, hanging with the fam. Hanging with the BKK fam. And no club and all that stuff. I think I'm over it. All I do is just. I know I'm saying this right now, and it's not about regret, but I know I'm just gonna have to eat my words in a couple of weeks because I have a very close friend coming and visiting. Oh, God damn it. She's staying with me. So my friend's staying with me, and she's been absent from Bangkok for a very long time. She used to work and live here, and so she's coming back, she's staying with me, and, we're just gonna have a blast and all that stuff. But I'm just oh my God. I'm gonna have to go to go out and dance, right? To places. because it's been a long time and I kind of owe it to her, because she and I haven't really, well, yeah, it's been a couple of years since we, went out and had a really good time. Because, that's what we do. That's what we're famous for here. We're just having a really good time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And, I'm just glad she's going to be here. And, we're just going to it's just going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of slumber parties. We're going to be doing our nails. We're going to be doing our hair, get our herded. And talk about boys. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I have let Kelly and LaFonda take over these recent episodes of podcasts on the podcast, and I apologize. Sometimes I have multiple personalities. No, it's just for pure entertainment, but which some of you, actually a lot of you have asked for. So I'm gonna continue to grow those characters. Have the nice little arch. Something that we've seen in the House of the Dragon, which I will get to in a little bit, second half of the episode. Man, what oh my goodness, we only have 3 episodes left. Oh my word, Becky. 3 episodes, we're wrapping it up. Anyways, a great productive week ahead. It's been going well. I hope everyone out there is still on the grind and working hard. And of course, when the time comes, you guys are treating yourselves. That's what I'm trying to do. As usual, trying to be the best version of me. And that came to another topic that my that my friends tend to hold on one second. I think my neighbors are doing it again. I'm not kidding you when I say this. I know I've mentioned this on Instagram, and I'm not joking. That wasn't a joke. My neighbors are a little loud. Or you know what? It's not even their fault. Look, I have no issues with people thugging. Okay? But you see this wall behind me? If you're watching this on YouTube or, probably on the clip on Instagram or something like that. But you see this right here, this wall right here is not that thick. Or maybe this side. But that side, over in the corner, not so thick. It's quite thin. And I can hear my neighbors. So, it's unfortunate because their bedroom and their bed is literally against my wall. Fortunately for me, my bed is on that side. So, I don't know. I'm assuming, what if I was doing what they was doing? Could they hear me? Because I'm not right next to the wall, right? They are literally next to the wall. And I can hear the bed frame hitting up against the wall, and they were doing it. She was having a really good time. And he was, last night they were going on for was last night or 2 nights before, they were going on for 40 minutes. I don't know how they did it. That's a very high sex drive. I wish I had that. 40 minutes. Okay. If you really think about it, it's a long time. It's a long time. They took breaks, a couple times, because I could hear everything. So, but yeah. So, anyways, listen, man. Fuck all you want, but come on, man. On a Sunday night, midnight, people got work in the morning. I gotta wake up early, I gotta wake up at 7 a.m. I know other people. Oh my god, that's not early. Early is 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Yeah, okay, shut the fuck up. Other people are waking up at 7. Okay, I don't give a shit. I need sleep. I can't have y'all fucking at midnight on a Sunday night, man. Friday, okay, cool, understand. Saturday, all right. Tuesday night, maybe. But how do you get that energy? It blows my mind. I don't know how you do it. Maybe they're still young, good for them. They're just taking advantage of their youth, as you should. Fuck all you want. Stay safe now. Use protection. But, just be a little considerate. Your neighbors have work in the morning. Anyways, with that said, I don't even know who I was talking to there because, they could be listening to me right now. They're probably the first people who listen to this podcast. Because I really, truly believe my wall, this wall, I don't know if it's this wall or the one on that side, but they could be so thin they can hear the entire podcast. So they're literally getting an exclusive listen, not look because they're not here, to the podcast. Good for them. Anyways, with that said, there's a lot of topics in the world that I would like to talk about, don't like to talk about, simply because it's some topics are very heavy. That's something I really just don't want to touch on. With the whole the just travesty that is happening in Iran, and of all the women out there, and yeah, man, my heart goes out to them. And yeah, these are things I just don't really talk about. Not because I, don't want to talk about it. Of course, I want to talk about it, but it's just too. There's a lot of nuance behind it, so you can't just unravel everything, especially when you're not talking to someone who's actually on the ground, or someone who's an expert in the field. And there's so many other videos and podcasts or whatever talking about it, and good on them, as they should. And excuse me, people should be aware of what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Straight up. And yeah, I just it's sad, because I've seen I was fortunate enough, I should say, to grow up in an environment where the women that I grew up with, and I virtually grew up around women all my life, where these women were the women in my life had that freedom. They didn't have to worry about extreme ideals, you know what I mean? And they were given the choice to, live the way they want to live, with, of course, with limitations. I mean, limitations in the sense that within reason, I should say. Within reason, of course, you don't want to go, I don't know, anti-establishment or, raise anarchy, anything like that. Of course not. But, just having liberation, to be liberated, it's crazy how, even now that's 2022, there's still areas around the world that don't have people, that don't have liberated zones or environments, which is unfortunate. And Iran is going through a really, really crazy time right now. Man, I just really hope it gets resolved soon. It sucks because for me personally, I don't like to see women suffering. I don't like it. I saw my mother go through it. I've seen my aunts go through it. Very close people in my life. Very, very close women in my life. Not just very close, but even just. Well, yeah. I mean, there is a degree of closeness. There is a certain level of intimacy. It doesn't have to be obviously a relationship. It could be, or an intimate relationship, like a boyfriend girlfriend kind of situation, but like family or family friends and things like that. And I've seen them, man, blood, sweat, and tears. And I get very uncomfortable seeing women I care about, or just women in general, suffering. You know what I mean? So seeing that happening in Iran is like just, yeah, it's frustrating, angry, but just try to. It doesn't mean that I'm oblivious to it, but I just focus on what I can do. To give back. I don't know how I can give back, but just being positive and just providing entertainment, or exercising my creativity as I am, and providing entertainment as I am through the podcast, right, or Instagram or whatever it is, just to keep the mood light. And I know because it's hard, because those kind of situations are unavoidable, but we try our best to deal with the situation. Anyways, so with that said, yeah, just putting out those positive energy and positive vibes out in the universe, and hopefully the women of Iran are liberated and are freed from those sort of that oppression. They don't deserve it. No one does, really. So yeah, just inshallah, they will be delivered from that unfortunate just yeah. I'm gonna I'm gonna start choking up, so I want to get into that. Anyways, so again, I've just seen too much suffering in my life, so it's not something you want to talk about or dwell on. What I do want to dwell on though is let's shift gears here. Got a little too serious. I didn't want to do that. Bring the mood up here a bit. We're gonna fly right into the latest episode, ladies and gentlemen, of A House of the Dragon on HBO. So we've seen the latest episode, the seventh. Episode 7 just dropped. I forgot what it was called. Shame on me. What is the episode's name? Episode 7 was hold on. Driftmark. Yes. My apologies. It was episode 7 is Driftmark. It of course is we see another. What was it? Was it a time jump? Did we see? No, it wasn't that much. It wasn't that much of a time jump. I think it was just a little bit. But we see it's the funeral of Lena. Lena Valerian, and it's the funeral, and it's the whole scene in the beginning of the episode, right? It's a very Godfather-esque scene. Everyone. It's a gathering. Of course, Godfather is a wedding. This is a funeral, and the Targaryens are there, the Valerians, and all the other, royal houses of Westeros to pay their respects, and the tension. That's what the whole effing episode was. It was the tension buildup, and we see Olivia Cook, who's the older Alicent Hightower, just off the hinges, bro. She is unhinged. Okay, we saw her lose her goddamn mind. All right, she's become a character that we were loving in the beginning, and now it's like, bitch, you crazy. Like, you need to check yourself. You literally told your knight in shining armor to cut the kid's eye out. So Kristen was standing there like, bitch, you crazy. You crazy. And then Allison, of course, just shouts and screams, in front of everyone. The whole scene was in, basically not behind closed doors. It was in front of everyone, and it needed to be because, for dramatic purposes and things like that. But Allison is just screaming and saying that, what is it? What did you say? You owe me, or you are sworn to me, or something like that. And then, so Kristen was like, yeah, I was sworn to protect you, like protect your eye, not literally carve out an eye from one of your kids, or one of the kids, in this case, Rhaenyra's kids, right? Which Emma Darcy was fantastic. These two, like I mentioned on Instagram, Emma Darcy and Olivia Cook. Wow, different level, and I've said it before, and I will always say it. I freaking miss Millie. I freaking miss Emily as the young Rhaenyra and young Allison. But these two wonderful actresses, Emma and Olivia as Allison, and Emma, of course, Princess Rhaenyra, they just take it to a whole nother level. And you see a very, very ugly side to both of them. Otto Hightower is again the hand of the king, of course, after the death of the Strongs. And Damon Target, Damon, you are a boy, Damon. Okay, that's a reference to if you get that reference, you know what reference that is. Next Friday. Cat Williams, classic. Next Friday, I gotta watch that. I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, so back to Damon. Damon is an opportunist, and I'm loving this. He is an absolute opportunist. He is just in the cut, checking out who's bitching out who did what. These homeboys is chilling, And then of course he just had sex with his niece. Damon, that is your niece, Damon. You nasty. We've already established that. And so that's what he did. Had finally consummated, even before they got married. Of course, they do get married at the end of the episode. It's just icky, man. It's icky. Just earlier I was watching a post episode after show kind of thing on YouTube, and they were talking about, whose side are you on? You on the green side or the black side? And I was just thinking to myself, I'm on nobody's side, dude. Allison's fucking crazy. Okay, her kids are fucking crazy. As if you've seen the preview for episode 8, you can tell the kids are very, very morbid. They've got that whole very morbid look to them. They just look just up to no good. Like just people you don't want to hang out with, like some kind of 3 outcasts who are just sort of power hungry and just want to dominate, as we saw in the last episode with these kids. The kids get in a tussle, they get in a fight, which was very interesting, and it was very entertaining. A lot of people liked it. I understand it, because it's just kids being kids. Like, oh man, let them tussle, man. They fighting, kids being kids. Oh shit, he's picking up a rock. What's he gonna do? Oh, don't you do it? Don't kill your cousin. That's your cousin. No, that's not his cousin. Oh my God, that's his. Technically, those are his niece. Wait. So Rhaenyra's kids. Rhaenyra is the kid's aunt. The cousin. Wait. The cousins. Yeah, the cousins. Yo, man, this whole Westeros family trees are fucking wild. Okay, even Valerians. Or sorry, not Valerians, of Targaryens and Valerians, of course, because brothers and sisters and bears are why. So it just got confused. Anyways, it's confusing. But the kids, the cousins fighting cousins and stuff like that. They're you got one side, the green side, battling the black side. Now they got cliques. Now they got their teams. You know what I mean? And the divide continues and it gets greater. And of course, there's another time jump in the next episode, and you sort of see the battle lines obviously have been drawn, and so now you are just seeing this volcano that is about to erupt. And of course, this is all sort of triggered from the whole one of, I think it was Aemond who stole Vhagar, the biggest dragon in this time period. It was all because he stole it, and then he got his fucking eye cut out. You know what I mean? And then he was saying, it's fair, because he got a little clever. He got a little, he was playing a little coy, and he got a little clever, and he was like, well, listen, I lost an eye. All right, that's cool, but I gained a dragon. Got myself a dragon, And Paddy Considine, of course, is King Viserys. He's mofo's dying. He's losing all his limbs. Poor guy. He continues to be a really, really good guy, but a very, very bad king, because you still have to make decisions that, that he's not making. Those very, very hard decisions that he's not making. And because of that, because of indecisiveness, and because he's trying to be the nice person, this is what happens. The family continues to grow apart, and battle lines have been drawn. Allison's gone over the fucking edge. Sir Criston is a dickhead now. Although he has a limit, which is good to know, that he's like, well, you know what? Listen, I'll kill a grown ass man and shit, but I'm not gonna cut out a kid's fucking eye. Like, that's crazy. So, good on him. Good on you, Sir Criston. yeah, I'm just, man, this episode, just to wrap it up here with the latest episode of Game of Thrones. Sorry, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. I think this was the most impactful to me. It's not my favorite episode, and I don't think it was the greatest episode, although, each episode has been unbelievable. It's just been fantastic. They've kept up that, their reputation, and so far, so good. They have not skipped a goddamn beat. Great on them, great on the showrunners. Of course, this episode was directed by Miguel Spachnik and Spachnik, yes, and good on the showrunners. They've just kept it up. But this particular episode was so freaking impactful. Shit got real. The suspense was just titillating and tantalizing, and absolutely filled with thrills. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's episode and see how far they're gonna take this crazy ass story. And funny enough, this fast forwarding thing from one episode to another, it's not affecting. I don't think, for the most part, for the most average audience, they're with it. They know the characters, they know how the stories are going, and even though there are certain things that they probably want to seen developed, like Rhaenyra's relationship with Harlan Strong, and was it Harlan Strong? Or was Harlan Strong the father? I can't remember. Anyways, but yeah, the point is, everyone seems like they're with it, even though they're fast forwarding from one episode to another in the timeline, and it's just exciting. They're just doing a great effing job of putting everything together and executing it so well. And that we'll just go on to the next into next week, see what that brings us, what the good old folks at HBO brings us. And also Lord of the Rings, fantastic. This was the best episode. This is what we were expecting from a Middle Earth fantasy, high fantasy. This truly felt like a Lord of the Rings, like I was watching a Lord of the Rings content, like it felt like watching a movie, like Peter Jackson original trilogy Lord of the Rings. And it was great. The pacing, the execution, again, it was written, I think, much better. I think the usual critique before was the whole pacing thing was a pacing issue. They took too long to develop and all this stuff, but I think it paid off in this past episode. And shit got real in Middle Earth too, and we see taking a turn for the worse kind of thing. So looking forward to that, how that's happening. What else is there, guys? We're just gonna run through here before we wrap things up here. So we got House of the Dragon, of course, The Handmaid's Tale, season 5. Man, June is bit by bit, episode by episode, she is losing her shit. It feels like she's gonna murder a lot more people. Okay. It feels like she's gonna murder a lot of people. The Handmaid's Tale has now become sort of it was a drama before, but now it's like some kind of weird blend of the drama's still there, but it's more of a thriller, more of a suspense. Yeah, so basically it's like a suspense kind of thriller thing. Talking about suspense and thriller, Walking Dead is back. I must be one of the very, very few people that I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody in my life that's still watching Walking Dead. It's been 11 seasons, people. 11 seasons. And each season, it's not just 10 episodes, it's more than that, right? And so the second half of season 11 is back. It just started again, and I just watched the latest episode. I don't know, man. I'm just hooked to it. I'm just weirdly immersed into this world of The Walking Dead, and I haven't looked back since. And it's also one of those things, like, it was so good at one point. And to be fair, not this season, but the past couple of seasons were really, really good. It really picked up back again. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was, like many others, probably, stuck around for even this long. But 11 seasons, bro, it's fucking crazy. And it's going to continue to go. Like there's no end in sight. It's like AMC's one of AMC's like best freaking shows. You know, they had Mad Men. Of course, Mad Men came to a close, but Walking Dead still going. Still going. So God bless for the people at Walking Dead. Because I'm still enjoying it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I started from season 1, episode 1, to all the way to freaking 11 effing seasons. I cannot believe I stuck around. Anyways, Andor is another. It's just episode 4. You know, was out. Episode 5 comes out tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Nothing's changed. It's still incredibly well written and great. Just everything you would want in a Star Wars film or show or whatever project. I'm glad they made a freaking series out of a movie. You know, just a spin-off series from the film itself. Well, it's not really a spin-off series because it's a prequel to the film. So good on that. Rami season 1, season 3 is out. The new season's out. So I'm very excited about that. It's there for me to watch it. They've dropped all the episodes of season 3, and I'm there's just so much shit that I have to do, you know, work-wise and everything. So it's very difficult to hunker down and watch so many goddamn shows. You know, the shows that I've already mentioned, and shows like Atlanta. And there's another one that I just started watching, The Empress, which is an Austrian production. You know, this goes back to you know, the Austrian Empire, the Habsburgs, you know, and you know me, I'm a freaking nut when it comes to history. So I'm an absolute nerd when it comes to periodic pieces. Doesn't matter what language it is in, I will watch it. Unless of course I'm told otherwise. There are, you know, reputable critics out there that say, hey, avoid this, save yourself some time. But usually the ones I land on are pretty darn good, and I just revel in it because or relish in it because of the whole historic factor, which is kind of funny because I just saw a post earlier today that Joe Rogan posted on his Instagram about how they found this Babylonian tablet from like 3,700 years ago that showed a table of trigonometry on it. So, and now now we have proof that it wasn't the Greeks that came up with trigonometry. It was 1,000 years before, a millennium before, which is crazy. A millennium before, that's insane. Okay, and the Babylonians had it, so that's ludicrous, crazy. Those kind of things just fascinating me. Anyways, so The Empress, it's on Netflix. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's 6 episodes. It's a limited series, so good, cool on that. But I do have to get back and jump on Rami on the latest season. And I think that's pretty much it. There was a couple of other things I wanted to talk about, but I think the whole I think I got too sad and serious about the whole Iran thing. It's difficult not to think about it, especially with the very privileged lives we lead and live. Lies? Did I say lies or lives? Lives. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So there was some other things, but I guess it's really just, it's just petty shit. It's about it's about dealing with people, and maybe I'll probably spill that over into the next episode and talk about it there, because I think it's quite intriguing when you're dealing with a very toxic individual who isn't really getting it. It's not really clicking in their head like, yo, like only you can help yourself if you actually want other people to help you, that kind of stuff. So, not anybody I know personally. I know of the person, but it's not about knowing this person or that person or putting, again, not naming any names or anything like that. But it's just, it's a lot of, I've seen this before. I've gone through it before, and just wanted to get my 2 cents about it. But anyways, it's too much to get into. And another thing that we experienced at a bar not too long ago. Not too long ago. It was this last weekend, with a couple of foreigners that talked about how, some South Asians are so well spoken. They know the English language so well, and it kind of irks us, because we've heard this all our lives. It doesn't bother me as much as my my other friends, but again, that's something that I'm just going to get into probably later. It's too much to talk about right now. Anyways, with that said, guys, this will wrap it up here. I'm sorry. I know. I know. This was a bit lackluster. Because there's just so much shit going on, and it's at times it's very difficult to be, up and positive all the time. It's hard. It's hard to be that person and trying to deliver that all the time. It's difficult. But I try to do that today, and just blabbered on, and hopefully you got something out of this. I just hope you got something, just something out of this episode, because I know it's fucking lackluster. I'm beating myself up for this shit. Anyways, please don't call this a filler episode. Please don't call this a filler episode. Okay, I talked about real shit that happened and that's happening. All right, but that's what this podcast is all about. I can talk about whatever, dumb shit. Here we are. This is just my thoughts and my opinions. With that said, guys, I will see you next week, episode 32, and I'm guaranteeing you it will not be lackluster. I'm telling you that right now. I'm guaranteeing it. God dang it. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Treat yourselves. Be kind to yourselves, of course. I'm flustered right now. All right. You have a great week. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all next week. I'm out of this place, and hopefully I don't hear my neighbors fuck tonight. Okay? I need to sleep. Thank you. And I'm out of here. Peace.